Hello YouTube, I bet you didn't expect to see me again so soon. Right, so yeah, chewing the fat, where I turn on the camera and talk about various Transformer, collecting related subjects that I want to get off my chest. Right, now, my last video, my November end of month bot haul, there was a lot of stuff in it concerning this FTC COPA thing that's going on YouTube. I saw a bunch of videos about it. I got very worried and concerned, and then this news came out that the FTC was going to start fining people $42,000 for every video that didn't comply, and I got upset and worried about what was going to happen. And then I took the decision to I was going to delete my channel and quit YouTube. And I said as much in that bot haul video. But since then, I've had a little time to think about it, and I've watched some slightly more informed videos. Because I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of people out there who are putting up these fear videos where they're saying, "Oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen." They're getting the old stick out and stirring it up. And really putting the fear of God into certain people, but the actual facts about how it's going to work aren't quite as bad as you'd think. And there hasn't been a lot of confirmation coming out as regards to what's actually going to happen, especially from YouTube. I'm very disappointed with YouTube because they're sort of hunkering down and waiting till this thing blows over. And I was expecting, because they said they was going to do something on December 10th, where there was gonna, they were doing some trial. They were trialing some new settings. Mainly this thing where you had to declare whether your channel was fit for, made for kids or made for adults. But I was expecting them to put out some sort of press conference where they was gonna, clarify the situation, but they didn't. However, FTC and COPA have put out press statements clarifying the situation, which certain YouTubers were party to, and they put out videos talking about as such. And there was one YouTuber individual, I can't remember his name because I haven't been making notes of these channels that I've been watching, and they basically arranged a meeting with some FTC officials, and they had a good old chit chat, and they basically laid out their plans as to exactly how this thing's going to work. And when you go into the facts, it's not so bad for little YouTubers like me, or just Transformers YouTube reviewers in general. So what I've learnt over the last couple of days, or last week or so, is FTC COPA. Apparently, this whole, fining thing will only come into effect if your channel is monetized. If your channel is not monetized, you're not making any revenue out of YouTube, then you're safe. You're not going to get, affected by this, right? The fines, instead of it being like arbitrary, $42,000 fines for every single video that is, in breach of the rules, apparently the fines are going to be proportional to the amount of revenue your channel generates. So if you're a little channel who only makes a little bit of money out of YouTube, and they're going to look at how much money you earn for your channel, and then they will fine you accordingly, up to a maximum of $42,000 per case. And they're going to be going after the big YouTubers. They're going to be going after the big Uber tubers, those people who've made a living, make their money out of YouTube, like PewDiePie, T-Series, those big guys. They're going to go after those because we all know there's so many millions of people, billions of videos on YouTube, and they can't go through and vet them all. They just haven't got the manpower, the resources to do that. So they're only going to target the main offenders. So if you're a little YouTuber with only a couple of thousand subscribers, then it probably won't affect you at all. And the main thing that, you know, for me personally is has largely made me take the change of heart and the decision to carry on with YouTube and not delete my channel is the FTC, or the Federal Trade Commission, is part of the US federal government. And it affects people who live in the United States of America. If you live outside the USA, they've got no powers to prosecute you, basically. I mean, last time I checked, I was governed by Westminster. And as we know, we've just had a general election, not long to go into politics. But anyway, the FTC has got no powers to, you know, prosecute me for any dodgy videos that I've got on my channel. And that's probably the one that's really changed my mind about this thing going forwards. But that's not to say that YouTube, on behalf of the FTC, won't, you know, do things on their behalf, won't, you know, chase up, you know, non-compliant videos and channels on their behalf, which they can do. So yeah, I've changed my mind. I'm staying on YouTube. So those people who put comments on my last video of support, thank you very much for that. I've been and edited my whole video and removed as much of the FTC COPA material from it, apart from the thumbnail at the start of the video. It's still got this, or this might be the last video I make at the bottom. I can't do anything about that. The YouTube editor, as such as it is, you can only remove clips, you can't add clips to your videos. And I was trying to blot it out with a blur window, but it wasn't quite working because it's at the bottom of the screen, and it was fouling the controls, the video controls for the video window, so I couldn't get it to work. So that's still there, but that's the only reference I've got on that video to the FTC COPA thing. I've been through, I've edited out the rest of it, so I'm staying YouTube. I'm staying on YouTube for the time being, because there are still a few issues that I feel could affect me going forward into the new year. And I have a couple of caveats that I'm going to mention here as regards to, you know, me continuing on YouTube. And the first one is obviously I think I'm safe from FTC, but I don't think I'm fully safe from, you know, YouTube. I mean, I have gone through, I've gone into all my videos, and I went through and I set the no, this video is not meant for kids, and I've applied an 18 plus age restriction to all my videos on this channel. So hopefully that little thing will keep me safe. But still, you know, YouTube themselves could, in the new year, come and look at my videos and decide, you know, oh, your videos are a bit dodgy. And if I get any any emails or get contacted by YouTube complaining about one or other of my videos in the new year, I'm going to take a very dim view of that, and zero tolerance policy as regards to, you know, tomfoolery as regards to YouTube. And if they, you know, start complaining about videos, and I will be deleting videos. Maybe even, you know, I might go so far as to say, right, sod it, I'm giving up on YouTube and deleting my channel completely. So that's still on the cards in some small regard, but I'm not going to do it unless, you know, YouTube start giving me some grief. So that's one of the rules going forward into the new year. And the other one, the second caveat, is viewing figures. Yeah, I've noticed as my subscriber count has been climbing, my viewing figures have been dropping. Yes, I've got diminishing returns on my views on my videos. I mean, my channel's not monetized. I'm not making any money at my videos. I haven't got Patreon or any of those other crowdfunding things. I mean, who would pay to watch me? Let's face it. I'm not the best thing to look at. I'm not, you know, particularly clever or funny when I do videos, so I'm not that great to watch. I know this. But, you know, this is the way I work. This is the way I operate. But I do need a minimum of, you know, views in order to you know, continue doing what I do. And at the moment, my viewing figures are dropping down to a point whereby it's just becoming worthless. You know, just not worth wasting my time doing videos anymore. Because I mean, putting a video together, I mean, I tend to do my videos, you know, in one fell swoop. You know, I'll probably do the thumbnail, and then I will sit down, turn the camera on, record the video, then I'll edit it and then upload it in one operation. And it can take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours depending on, you know, how long it takes. And that's time that I'm putting in to put video content on YouTube. And then I post the video up, and then I'll watch the viewing figures, and after 24 hours it's got like 20 odd views, and after 48 hours it's got like 30 something views. This isn't good enough. You know, I've got more subscribers than I've ever had, and I'm getting really pitiful viewing figures. Now, I'm not asking for much. I mean, I'm not the sort of person that goes, you know, cap in hand, pleading with my subscribers to give me some love or some feedback. You know, I'm not the sort of person. I'm not the sort of person that says, "Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell in the corner if you want, you know, video notifications." I don't do that. But I am sort of asking at this point. I mean, I realise I've probably got a lot of you know, subscribers on my channel who are casual. You know, they watched one of my videos, they liked it, they pressed the subscribe button, and they haven't watched a single one of my videos since. I reckon I've got a lot of those. But it would be nice if I got a few more views on my videos. I'm not asking for much. I mean, a couple of years ago when I had like 230 odd subscribers, I was getting like 60, 70 views on my videos, and I was quite happy with that. I was quite content with that. But now I'm only getting like 20 odd views, and it's like it's difficult to warrant continuing. So please, guys, you know, I know I'm not great to watch, but you know, you don't have to watch the whole video. I know my videos tend to be a bit lengthy and a bit, you know, just me waffling, and you don't really want to hear that. They're hard work to watch. I know this, but yeah. You only have to watch it for a couple of minutes and then click off. At least I'll get like a viewing figure on it, and that'll be fine. So, you know, let's have some more views, please, and you know, just to warrant continuing. You know, making my decision to keep going on YouTube worthwhile. Okay. And they were the two rules I want going forwards into the new year. I mean, I think there are still when these new rules come into effect in the new year, it's still going to affect my viewing figures. I think it's going to affect everybody's viewing figures, because obviously those people who've got kids channels, they're going to lose all that content, you know, all those features and connectivity with their relevant channels. So I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but we'll have to wait and see. But I still think my viewing figures are going to suffer even more come the new year. Yeah, so yeah, I've decided to stick around. I'm going to continue on YouTube for the time being. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere just yet. Obviously, I'll be doing some videos at the end of the month. I'll be doing my end of month bot haul. I'll be doing my my top bots of the year video and my worst bots of the year video. So there's going to be at least 3 more videos coming after this one, and then we move on into 2020, and we'll see how it goes from there. Now, as this is a chewing the fat video, I like to, when I'm doing a chewing the fat video, I like to cover a couple of subjects in the video before I turn the camera off, and this one's no exception. I had a mind to do this earlier, you know, when the FTC COPA rules broke, but anyway, this is nothing to do with that. You know, some of you might know that I like to do my lists. I like to, you know, since I started collecting Transformers as an adult in May 2014, I've kept fastidious lists on my collecting habit, and you know, I keep lists of everything I've bought, you know, how much I paid for it, who I bought it from, you know, the date I bought it, the date it arrived, all that stuff. I've got all this data on my collection, and the reason I do it, it's a bit of a pain in the arse to upkeep these lists, but I do it because in years gone past I had my RC car collection, which I've still got in the loft. I went through, you know, a number of years where I spent, you know, thousands and thousands of pounds on this huge collection of RC cars, never kept any records, and when I stopped collecting RC cars, I regretted not knowing exactly how much I'd spent on it, so I could, you know, give a roundabout figure as to how much my RC car collection was worth. So when I started this new collection, this Transformers collection, started it afresh, I had the opportunity to start from scratch from day one, and you know, keep lists from day one, and that's what I've been doing. And it's been a ball ache at times because I originally had like 8 different categories of lists that I used to make in the first couple of years, but then I had a couple of discrepancies crept into some of those lists, and it made a whole mess of it. And then I ditched the old system and went on to the new system, which is the what I refer to as the master list system, where I have a list on my phone every month and a list on in a ledger that I write up every time I buy something and every time something arrives. But I also have my my bot list. I have this chronological serial number list of all the bots in my collection, and that started from day one up to the present day. And also, as you probably know, every time I get to what I refer to as a centenary bot, then I'll make a big deal about it. And yeah, obviously my centenary bots make a big deal about them, and in my videos that I've done in the past, I put them up on my end of my bot haul videos, or let's say my TF Nation video, say, oh yeah, I got this bot and it was bot 800, and that's that up until bot 1000. My centenary bots after bot 1000 I don't matter so much, and I have this rule of thumb whereby every time I get to a centenary bot, I withhold the review of that figure to when I get to that number of subscribers on my channel. Anywho, a couple of weeks ago, I was at work and I was thinking, I like to do these other lists, because I have all these records I can go through and make up, just different themed lists whenever I want, and I decided to figure out exactly how many third-party figures I had in my collection. So I started going through on my phone at work, all my various bot lists, listing out all the third-party figures I got, and then I got to TF Nation 2017, and there was a bot I bought at TF Nation 2017, and it was Ocular Max Perfection Series PS05R Terragus Rally. It's that Terragus Rally done in the Paris Dakar colours, and on my bot list it was missing from the list, and I can show you what I mean kind of with this picture here. Now, as you can see, that's a discrepancy whereby you can see it says 753.5, because I've inserted it between bot 753 and 754 because it was completely missing. So that's one discrepancy I found. And then when I looked through a few numbers on at the same event on the Sunday, I made another discrepancy, and it was on Sunday the 12th at TF Nation. I bought some. It was when Kapow put those Generations Deluxes on their table, and I bought Universe Cyclonus, and I bought Titan's Return Soundwave, and then I went over to the was it the Nottingham Robot Company, or not Nottingham Robot Company? What was it? It was Combiner Stores, and I bought G1 Sunstreaker. And if you look at this bit of the list, you can see when I was writing the numbers down, I made a mistake. I had the Cyclonus 761, and then I had 762 Titan's Return Soundwave, and then for some reason I wrote 762 down again for G1 Sunstreaker when it should have been 763. So there's another discrepancy in my list. So that's 2 discrepancies I found. And then when I looked back through the bot numbering system before TF Nation, I found yet another discrepancy. 10th of July 2017, there's a picture of it here. Yeah, you've got Hello Carbot Patron S, which is that big yellow sort of school bus thing, transforms into a robot. It came with a little smaller robot called Skids, which is like a blue police car turned into like a deluxe size figure. Now, Skids is a proper robot and he should have got a proper bot number, but I only gave him a sub number. As you can see, you know, it was 730B. So he should be 731. So that's another discrepancy. So in the space of, you know, from 10th of July to the 13th of August, I've got 3 discrepancies on my list. This is a big problem. I hate it when I get discrepancies on my list because I'm so fastidious about this, and it really upsets the apple cart when this happens. And when I looked into it, it was so every number after 763 is you know 3 numbers out, or no, it's not 763. It's 7. So every number from 730 onwards is wrong on my list, and from number 763 going forwards, it's all out of sync to the tune of three digits, 3 numbers, and this has led to some major problems. Most notably, my centenary bots. So from 763 onwards, every number is wrong on my existing list, and it's when you get to bot 800, which was this guy, NE01 Mega Master from Wei Jiang, who I got in December of that year, and I made such a song and dance about this, getting this bot. I wanted it to be my centenary bot, and I deliberately, you know, skewed the results in order to make it bot 800. So yeah, I did strategic bot buying to make sure that this thing turned out to be my bot 800. I didn't buy any KTRTs that month, for instance, because I was afraid they would come in and bump this guy out. So yeah, I made a big thing about making this my bot 800, but as it turns out, when you take the discrepancy into account and go back 3 bot places, the actual bot 800 is TLK Deluxe Crosshairs. Oh, I got on my was it my pre-Christmas toy hunt round the shops that year. So he's now my bot 800. Going on to TF Nation 2018, I picked this guy up. I got Masterpiece Sunstreaker on the Saturday morning from Kapow. And when I got back into the room and checked my numbering, this was my bot 900, and I was really pleased that, you know, got like a really cool Masterpiece figure like Sunstreaker as my bot 900. When you take the discrepancy into account, he's not. My actual bot 900 is G1 Mini Autobot Beachcomber. And then bot 1000, which was my Toy Wolf Dirty Man, you know, that transformer that transforms into a toilet and it turns into that like a samurai goblin thing. And I was really pleased to get that as my bot 1000. When you turn the clock back 3 spaces, bot 1000 is actually Studio Series 01 Darker Than Moon Thundercracker. So yeah, it's thrown my numbering system into chaos. The other numbers don't matter so much, but you know, the centenary bots, it's had an effect on them. And there's 4 centenary bots that have been affected by this discrepancy. So yeah, I've got a bit of a problem now, and it's a really annoying one. I can do one of 2 things. I can either ignore the discrepancy, just ignore the fact that it exists and just carry on as I am, and then these guys will still stand as centenary bots. Or I can go back, correct the mistakes, rejiggle the numbers to what they should be, and then accept that mistakes have been made, and, you know, videos I've put up where I've said, oh, you know, this is a centenary bot and this is a centenary bot, they're now all wrong. So yeah, it's a big problem. So I'm asking you guys, anybody who's watched the video up to this point, what do you think I should do? Should I go back and correct the mistakes that I made and live with the consequences, or should I just ignore the fact that they exist and just carry on as I am? it's up to you. You know, you decide for me what I should do. I'm a bit, I don't know what to do about this. I hate it when I get discrepancies. I know most people don't bother to collect, you know, data on their collecting habits, and they're totally oblivious to know exactly how much they've got or what they've bought, or you know, whether any particular bot is a particular, you know, bot in their collection. You know they're just and yet I have all this stress I have to put myself through, you know, trying to, you know, do all these lists. It's just me. It's just me. That's just that little, you know, obsessive compulsive disorder part of me, the OCD part that's just doing this, and it's a pain in the arse. But you know, it's just a thing that I do. So that's it. That's the chewing the fat. The main thing about it, obviously, is the me, you know, deciding that I'm going to continue doing YouTube. I'm not going to quit YouTube. I'm not going to delete my channel, and I'm going to carry on as I am for now, because I think the threat from, you know, FTC COPA isn't as bad as I thought it was, and I think I'm going to be able to continue as I am in the new year with, you know, the changes that I have made. I should be all right. And then I just threw this bit about the bot list discrepancy in, just to, you know, ask you guys about it and see if, you know, you can give me some guidance on it, or what I should do at the end of the day. But there you go. That's been my chewing the fat for Friday the 13th of December 2019. Good news for the most part. So yeah, I'll be doing my end of month bot haul as usual, and I'll be doing my top and my first and worst bots of the year videos. So look forward to that, and I will catch you all next time. Ta-da.